Hey loves, how are you doing today? So, I'm coming to you with a video, and it might be lengthy, but bear with me. Get back to that in a second. So, as you see, I'm making a video about forgiving and letting go and forgiving what you can't forget. And when you are at the point of forgiving, you don't forgive because you've forgotten about it, because these are things that play in your head and are repeated, and the memories and the emotions have repeated in your head several times. You're doing it because you don't want to keep going through these emotions and memories over and over. You don't want to keep feeling this pain. You don't want to keep remembering. You're at a point of forgiving because it's come into your life and it's been in your life for such a long period that you don't want it to keep going on. You don't want what is in your life to stay there. And I want you to know that you're not meant to carry this forever. You're not meant to keep having these memories, and you're not meant to keep carrying these on forever. You are meant to come to a place in your life where you can and do forget and forgive, release, and let go. You can. Even though it could feel hard, it can feel impossible. It is possible. So, um, I'm making this video because before I start, see, hello. Before I start, I am Coach Kim. This is my personal channel, but I do talk about this on my other channels, on Healing Bridges, on the soul side. I'll leave links to that below, but we're here right now because I woke up this morning with this on my heart, and I know that I'm not the only person who's feel this way, because I have clients who've talked to me about these feelings. So let me start by what I'm talking about. So I woke up this morning and I looked at the situation that I'm in. For me personally, I'm gonna just go ahead and be vulnerable with you, because that's what I'm here to connect to you with. So I woke up this morning, and as I lay in bed, I thought about the situation I'm in with my husband, and I think about different things we've gone through. I talked in my other video how we've been together, that we've known each other all our lives, and we were together as kids in a relationship, and we separated for a while, a long while actually, and during that separation we were in other relationships, and then life had us to leave those and brought us back together. So we're now back together again. And me being a healer, I know what that means. Me being a healer, I know that means that there's things that we're going to have to heal through and fight through. But even in knowing that, oh, it doesn't mean that I am ready or that I'm always prepared for this set of healing that my life is going through and has to release and have now. And like I said, I have clients who come to me that go through situations. Like, mine is a choice. It's just a choice of me, because I can choose to be in a relationship and I can choose not to be. But some people don't have choices. Like a lot of my clients, they go through things with parents, their mother, their father, their siblings, or close friends, or just all kind of relationships where someone has done something or said something, or several people have done something or said something to us that hurt our feelings, that hit triggers in our life. They create situations that hurt so bad and so deeply that it leaves a huge, crazy memory in our hearts, a huge hurt and pain. in our lives. And a lot of times, several times, that pain can trigger other things happening in our lives that's repeating the same thing. And until you go through a healing process to know what comes and why it comes, you don't understand that if you've been in a relationship with somebody hurt your feelings as a kid, or you hurt your feelings earlier, you keep meeting people who keep hurting your feelings. And sometimes it's the same way and sometimes it's different. But regardless if it's the same hurt and pain or a different kind of hurt and pain, it's still pain. It still happens. It still goes on. And then you wake up, as I did this morning, you wake up in a place like, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep hurting? Why is this persisting in my life like this? Like, I don't like this. And one thing I've talked about in my videos before is one of the reasons for pain is to bring your awareness to something in your life. It's an emotional trigger from your inner being, your future self, your higher self, your better self, your healed self, the version of you that is already healed. They're coming back to your present moment to trigger you and to knock on your emotional window and knock on your heart to say, hey, when you get here, when you come to the future, this is something that you're not dealing with later on. So I need you to go ahead and where you are now, let it go. Where you are now, release this thing. Where you are now, go ahead and forget it. Go ahead and forgive it. Let it go, because you can't get to here until you remove it there, where you are. You can't be the healed me until you heal it. So, wow, that was just that was for me too, because that just gave me something too. Wow. Okay, that's amazing. So that's to signify to you and to me just now that when you are at this point, where you, like, one thing that can hit people hard, and I hear this a lot. I've experienced it, and I hear a lot of other people. I talk to a lot of people. Other people experience it, like infidelity and cheating. It's a big thing. This is a big thing. It's so big that people are trying to make it normal now, and it's not normal. Like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to like it because everybody else is doing it. You don't have to like it because this is what everybody does and go through. No, your truth is your truth. Your truth is what you want to be true, how you want to be. I don't care what anybody else says or thinks. This is a digression, but it's a needed. If you are with anybody, if you are with a group of friends, if you are with a partner, if you are with a sibling, if you are with family, if you are with a spouse, whoever, coworker, whoever, and they're doing something that you don't like, and you may see this behavior in several groups of people. You may see it in some of your friends and your coworkers and your family, and like several people have this whatever this thing is about them. It could be anything: smoking, drinking, the way they spend their money, the way they drive their car, whatever it is, whatever it is. Because it can be so many things that are going through my head, and I can name them all to you, and maybe I need to name it because that's who this is for. It could be people who lie, people who cheat, people who smoke, people who drink, people who, like I said, the way they spend their money, the people who are being fake and real, and like, it can be anything. But if you see things in different sets of people, but you yourself don't have that same belief, you don't have to change yourself just because everybody else does it. It doesn't mean that maybe you're thinking about it wrong, or maybe you should approach it differently, or maybe no. Stick to your truth. Stick to what feels good for you, because it feels good for you, because that's for you and your life. That's for you and your truth. Don't let anybody change the truth or life or light of who you are, okay? Because it's meant for you to be that way for a reason, so let that be. Don't let go of it. Be true to you, okay? I digress. That was for somebody. So, however, what was I talking about? So either way, so I forget where I was. So let me just continue from where I can remember to be. So if you're dealing with people who are, oh, man, either way, the reason for this video. So when you wake up in the morning and you have this feeling of, I don't want this. Okay, so the revelation is to remind, this revelation is to remind you that as you wake up and you're feeling this thing, you're feeling whatever it is. I don't like this. I don't like the hurt. I don't like the pain. I don't like the fact that we have to keep going through this. I don't like the fact that I'm keep getting lied to, that I keep getting uh, embarrassed, that I keep getting ghosted, that I keep getting, I don't like this. I want this to change. I want this to be different. But it just keeps happening to me. So it makes me feel like I'm always going to have to go through this. I feel like it's always going to be here. I feel like it won't change. It feels like it won't change. And that's the thing about us, that our minds can create a victim mentality to make us think. And there's lots of reasons for this. I have to go in other videos to talk about this specifically because I don't want this video to be that long. But however, our minds can victimize us to think, because it is creating a comfort zone that it thinks we need to have. It thinks we need to have. It thinks we need to have. It thinks we need to have comfort with familiarity. And it thinks that because we've hurt before, that we recognize that and we want that again, so to keep hurting us. But we have to teach our minds something different. Teach our minds that no, this is not what we want. We want something different. And we're going to get something different. And so that revelation I just said a minute ago is to reveal to you and to me that even though it may feel like something keeps coming up that you keep seeing, something you keep experiencing, that you always experience, and it feels like it'll never change, it will. It will. That was just our confirmation to let us know that it will change. It's going to change because there's a future version of us that's not dealing with that anymore. There's a future version of us that has healed from that already. So trust that it will change. This is your confirmation to trust that it will change. It will. All right. So how? Let's talk about the how. So I've talked in several videos before. Again, you can check my other channels because I haven't talked about this one yet. As I grow the channel, I'm sure I'll talk about it more here as well. But so many confirmations. But there's a prayer called the Ho'oponopono prayer. You may have heard it before. You may have heard it before. You may not. This is your introduction if you haven't. But that is one of the most moving, healing prayers that I've ever done. That I've always done since I first learned about it in my healing, and I will always do. Now, mind you, I say other prayers. I say prayers as my heart feels, as life presents things, and whatever else. Prayers of forgiveness, prayers of, help me, prayers of all that kind of stuff. Now that I'm becoming, now that I'm a Muslim revert, du'as and everything else, like there's all kind of different prayers. But regardless of all of those, the ones that move my heart and heal my heart the most, up to this point at least, is the Ho'oponopono prayer. Why? Because it deals with 4 different aspects of your heart, of your feelings, your emotions, your situations. And the basis of it is, this is not something to be done exactly the exact same way, exact same time. As a matter of fact, I just heard of a different version the other day that I'm doing to heal my money blocks. Oh, that's so good so far. But yeah, but the four foundations of it is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Now, those 4 things is the foundation, but you can say them so many different kind of ways, whatever your heart gives you to say. And yeah, I'm gonna try to leave a link if I can remember. I may go back and watch this video so I can leave a link for that video where I explain it a little bit more in a different video, so you can watch what I'm talking about in that video. Because I don't want to go too much here, because this is not about that. Well, this is about that, but that in your life with this. So anyway, so how to let go of what you can't forget. And now we now know the reason that you want to forgive it is because the version of you that's the better version of you than it was going on right now has already healed that, has already been able to let that go. So let's talk about letting go of what up to this point feels like you just can't forget. If the pain hits you and it hurts you so bad and it keeps hurting you because it keeps happening so bad and it just leaves you in this place. And so what happened to me this morning? What, 15 minutes before I can go ahead? Oh my goodness. So what happened to me this morning? I woke up and I thought about, like I said, the situation with my husband. And I woke up and I thought about, I was like, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep coming up in our relationship? I know it's something I have to heal, but it feels like I keep wanting it, but he doesn't. I feel this way, but he doesn't. Why does it feel so contrasting? Why does it feel like I keep being in this place where I want this to stop and release and let go? But he seems comfortable in the place for it being here and existing and happening. Why? And that just, it hurt. I'm like, but I want different. And so then I started praying. I started off with a regular prayer. I said, God, I don't feel like I can forget it. I can't forgive it. I want to forgive it. I know I need to forgive it. But because it's happened before and it's happened several times, I feel like it's going to happen again. I feel like it's not going to change because it has kept happening up to this point. I feel like it won't. And no matter what I want, but you've given me signs and we've had conversations, you've given me signs and you've given me confirmations that this is where I'm supposed to be, that this is the relationship that I'm supposed to be in. This is my partner. This is my soulmate. We are it. We are it. We have been taken apart for years and brought back together. It's meant to be. So if it's meant to be, I know this is not meant to be within it. I know that this is not what's supposed to be in this relationship. So why is it here? Why has it not left? Why am I still dealing with it? But he dealing with it because I keep bringing it up and we going to talk about it. And we going to deal with it because it ain't what I like and we going to whatever. So he has to deal with me dealing with it. But regardless. And so my prayer was that, so I was like, and my prayers, mind you, are like conversations. I am who I am. And so I come to God with who I can be, sometimes in humbleness, sometimes in not, but I am who I am. So I'm like, God, I know I need to forgive. I know I need to, but I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I can't. So I need you to please help me to forgive. I need you to please help me to do what I can't do by myself. I need you to help me to get to the place where I need to be, that I don't feel like I can get there on my own. And so I lay there for a minute and I waited for the intuition, the feelings, the emotions to be received to help me to get there. And so now, as I'm talking, I'm starting to forget about it. But either way, that means I'm releasing it. But as I sat there, I was like, so I started thinking, I was like, okay, so let me go to my Ho'oponopono prayer, because that always helps me to get to where I need to be. It helps me to heal and let go. When I tell y'all, it's miraculous. Like, I may make another video and put it here and link that video too, because it's done so many amazing things in my life, regardless. So then I started the prayer. I was like, so then I remember back in my healing practices where I tell my clients and have to remind myself that sometimes you have to say things that you don't believe, that your heart doesn't believe, but state it anyway, because you're teaching your heart to do something different. And the reason why you want to do that, and I've made videos about this too, is because my mind is trying to say so many things right now. I'm sorry, you guys, that I'm trying to remember what I'm talking about because so many things going on in my head. So, shoot. So anyway, you want to say things that you may not believe because you're teaching your heart to be different. And so for this situation, I want to say, I forgive you. But I know in my heart, I don't forgive you because I feel like you're going to do it again. I feel like it's going to happen again. So I don't want to feel like I'm giving you permission to do it again. Feel like I'm giving you permission to keep hurting me like this. I don't want to be that. I don't want to do that. But I say regardless, because this is where I am. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be healing. So let me get to what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me get to healing. So I started saying, I was like, okay. And as he's laying, I'm thinking as he's laying there asleep. So I'm not verbally talking to him. This is all mental because you don't have to use verbal words with it. For a whole oponopono, you are in the energy of the situation, not the physical, because you don't have to. Because we're all energy anyway. I got there's so many lessons in this video. It's not meant to cover all this stuff, but it has to. Because it's all intertwined. It's all connected. Excuse me. So you, um, you, everything's connected energetically through our emotions. That's why when we talk about manifesting and things, people talk about so many aspects of manifesting, and all of it, yes, it's important. But it comes down to how you feel about it. Everything comes down to how you feel about it. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you act, whatever, it all comes down to the feeling of how you feel as you do whatever else you do. How do you feel as you do it? How do you feel as you think it? How do you feel as you whatever? How do you feel? So, Ho'oponopono gets down to the base, the root, the most important, the feeling. So, again, so in doing this, I don't have to have a conversation with him. I can just have it in my heart and in my feelings. I'm dealing with my emotions about it. I'm healing my emotions about it. So I'm looking at him as I'm saying this to myself, and I'm like, I forgive you. I forgive you. Then I start saying, I forgive you. And then I started getting to myself. I said, I forgive you for hurting me. I forgive you for keep repeating these things that you keep doing. I forgive. And then I thought about, then it hit me, the places in my past life, like not past life, that might be for somebody, the places in my past that have also given me the same situations of what I'm going through now with him. Because those have a part of what I'm dealing with him. As I was younger and a kid, there are things that I saw my dad do that I didn't like it. As a child, I didn't like it. But that was brought up in my situation. And then my sibling, my brother, I saw him doing these things. And then I try to remember if I had dealt with I had other relationships that like this is something that's happened not just with him, but with so many different people. And so as I'm saying that I forgive you, I'm looking at all these different people. I'm looking at my dad, my brother, my ex. I'm looking at all these people in all these situations and saying for the same feeling, for the same action or emotion, I'm saying I forgive you for everybody. I forgive you for hurting me. I forgive you for that. I forgive you for that. I forgive you. And I'm just going through the list. Then I go to myself. I forgive myself for allowing myself to be held to this fear. I forgive myself for knowing that I can change and not changing. I forgive myself for being more comfortable holding on to this hurt than letting it go. I forgive, and I just let my mind go through it. And this is what you need to do as you go through a whole Ho'oponopono. And again, I'll point to another video where you can talk, it gives you more depth of what I'm talking about for this, because that's important. And I'll look at that video. If it doesn't say enough, I'll make another one and I'll make another video and tag that one too. But either way, because when I made that video, that's when I was just learning about Ho'oponopono. I've been through so much. It's even more about Ho'oponopono to live and know and have and be and do. But yeah, so I lay there and I just started the forgiveness process. And the more I did it, the lighter I started feeling, the more release I started feeling. And I was like, wow, so it can. And even laying there going through that, I wanted to be released. I wanted to release the emotions. I want to release the situation from happening again. I want to release everything. And so I feel that it started. It's not finished. It's not complete. It's not over. It doesn't just up, pop, and down. But my intentions has been sent and set to the divine within myself, for my future self, for the version of life that I want to be different from what and where I am now. It's now been said. It's now been started. And I was told to come make this video for you so it can be set and started for you. So trust. Start this healing process for this. Whatever it is that has been in your life. This is I feel the need to tell you. I feel the message to tell you. People all the time talk, this is the year, this is the year, this is the year, this is the year. This can always be the year that you allow it to be. So, and I'm not going to even say 2026 has to be the year, although I'm told to say 2026 is your year of divine escalation, divine growth, divine maturity, divine sustenance, everything big and beautiful. But it's that because you're going to allow it to be. And you're going to allow it to be because you're going to do things differently. You're going to approach life differently. You're going to see things in different perspectives. You're going to heal yourself in different ways. You're going to continue to, starting with now, if you haven't been doing it before now, you're going to continue to heal and let things heal and let things, and I'm sorry if I'm looking away and not at you because I'm getting messages of things to say to you, and this is the way that I guess I'm channeling the message. So forgive me if I'm not looking at you directly, but I'm receiving what they want you to hear. Ooh. Yeah, okay. So, your life is going to be different because you're going to allow it to be. And this is your activation for you. This is the activation for you for your soul to recognize that this is it. This is the time that you allow things to be different. I've been given, and the reason why I'm trying to say 50 things at one time. I've been given confirmations in situations in my healing journey, in my metaphysical journey, and all that kind of stuff, that a lot of times these situations happen because of us. Because, like I told you, the situation I'm going through now with my husband, I've gone through that already with other relationships, family, other personal relationships. So this is just a repeat of all my life. And so because it's repeated in my head, it's repeating out here in my life. So I have to stop the repeat. And I stop the repeat by dealing with the heart of it, dealing with my emotions connected to it, dealing with my feelings about it. If I release and let go of how I feel about it, release and let go of the memories, I can release and let go of the situations. Why did I say all that to say? Either way. Oh, so I was given confirmations before that. Like, so many different things happened where I had a situation and I'm like, why? And it was like, it pissed me off or make me scared or something. And I'm like, why am I going through this? But as far as, okay, so I can't. I want to tell you a story, but I don't want to tell a story because the story is too goddamn. I don't know if it'll come out right. But either way, like, I woke up one morning. Here I go. No, before I lay down, I was like, something's going to happen. Or I felt a certain way about something outside of our house. This is not even personal, something outside of our house. I was like, I bet something's going to happen. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up and I looked out the window. And yeah, that thing happened. I was like, what? And I was mad. I was like, but I looked at my husband. I was like, I can't wake him up. But I wanted to talk to somebody and I wanted to let somebody know. And I was pissed about it. I wanted to talk to somebody about what I was mad. And I was like, oh, whatever. And so, but I didn't wake nobody up. I was like, when we get up in the morning, we'll talk about it. Went back to sleep. Woke up again. It was gone. So the situation was gone. Nothing was there as if it ever happened. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, huh. And my intuition immediately told me, you know what? It only happened because of you. It only happened because it was in your mind and your thought, and you brought that to manifestation and fruition. So it was only for you. Nobody else will ever know or believe that it happened because it's not for them. It's not their truth. It's not in their story. It's only in yours. So you brought it about because in your story, so it's happening to you. And so that's the same thing with this. Like, these things are only happening because it's the story within us. Something we thought about or feel about or whatever. And so it's manifesting in our lives. And it keeps manifesting because we keep festering on it. So again, as I said in the beginning of this video, you are not meant to carry this forever. You are not meant to keep going through this. This video is your confirmation that it will change. It is changing. And this is where it starts. You have the ability to let it go. You can and you will let it go. So let this video be your starting points. If you started before, let it be your confirmed restarting point or whatever else to start the process or continue the process of letting it go. Dig down deep inside if you need to write it out, write it out. If you can just think it through like I thought, think it through. If you need to talk it out, however you do it. Make your own video talking to yourself or whatever, however you want to do it. Or you don't even have to turn the camera on. Just turn on your, you don't have to record it. Just turn your camera on and just talk to yourself as if you're recording. However you want to do it, do it. But start this process. Because it will change. It's going to change. It can change. But forgive them. Forgive yourself. Forgive the actions. Forgive the emotions. And intuitively, as you start this process, if you allow it, everything will come to you that needs to come to you. Every point and process of that release will come to you. Like I told you, I sat there and started talking about, I forgive you. And all the things that that in my heart right here, right now, that I need to forgive them for came out. Regardless if I felt it, regardless if I believed it, say it. Regardless if you feel it, believe it, say it. Because you're training yourself to think something different from what you did. Because you were repeating things that you've already done because you've always known to do it. So train yourself that we're not doing that anymore. We're doing something different. We're going somewhere else. We're doing something different. So train yourself something new. Retrain yourself for something new, better, and different, because that's where you're going. The better version of you is already existing with this done and gone. All right. I made another video about the 2026 version of you. The 2026 version of you has already been lived. They've already healed some things. They've already changed some things. They've already improved a lot. They already at this place that's so freaking amazing. Oh, you don't even see it right now. You can't see it because you're at this version, the end of it, where they're at that end of it. But they're sending signals back to you in this present moment. Like, hey, you are here, but you're only going to get here by being obedient and doing what you need to do right now where you are now so you can get here. So go ahead and do this. So this is your, again. I don't know how many times I say confirmation, but here's another one. This is your confirmation to go ahead and do it. Be it, do it, live it, act it. Do it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them below. And I am a coach. Like I said, I'm a coach. I'm a healing and transformation coach. If you feel that you need help with this, if you feel that you can't do it on your own, if you need 1 session or 10 sessions or whatever, just to help you get started, help you through the process, whatever you need, contact me. I'll put my contact information below. I would love to hear. But that's what I'm here for. That's why I am a healing coach, to help people to get past situations like this, to transform your life so that the better version of you that already exists can go on and get here. You can go on and get the millions you want. You can go on and get that business you want. You can go on and enjoy that relationship that you want to have. You can go whatever it is that you want and desire. It was put in your heart because it's meant for you to have. So let's follow the steps that we're giving to change and be in our lives so we can get there. All right. I love you guys with everything in my heart. I love you so much. And I am here to root for you in your healing, in your peace, in your happiness. I intend that although this video is long, that you have gotten what you need to get from it. And if you need more, like I said, contact me and let me know. I would love to do one session if you need to get you started, several sessions if you would like for me to guide you through the whole thing. Let's get it together. Let's get your new life going on, all right? I love you guys. I love you guys so much. And always, in love, light, and healing, as I see you in the next video, be blessed.